So what do we mean by rendering? I'll open a picture here, and when we talk about photorealistic rendering, this picture I have here looks like a photo, but I know that it's actually a rendering of a 3D model. So what is rendering? Well, we have a picture here that's a certain number of pixels wide by a certain number of pixels tall. And when I say pixels, if I zoom in here, so I'll zoom way in on this plant leaf, you can see that each box here is a pixel, and each box has a flat color. So we have a green box here that's slightly different shade of green than the box next to it. And then here on the wall, that's even though the wall's black, you can see that each individual pixel, can't tell all of them apart, but you can tell a few here are actually different shades of black. So when we talk about rendering, we are talking about what is going to be the color of each pixel in the image. What is the rendered color of it? So I'll zoom back out here. Now, when we're talking about color, what we're really talking about is what are the lighting conditions. So light and color are obviously very closely related, and we know that intuitively. If this was a scene that was at night and no lights were on, then this room would be potentially pitch black, right? So things that appear white or gray or some sort of tan might appear black to us because there's no light hitting them. So really what we're talking about is what sort of light conditions are shining in an area, and then, based off of how they're hitting a leaf or a countertop or some wood flooring, then what's the reflected color that our eye sees. So this is all just sort of a theoretical walk through color and rendering to just say that when you think about something as simple as, say, this chair here, so we'll zoom back in on this image, we know that this chair has some white fabric or white upholstery, but we can already see when we talk about pixels, I'll get in just a little bit closer here and zoom over to it, we can already see that some pixels are almost perfectly bright white, while some are actually kind of a shade of gray. And we know that in the real world, the light is hitting this chair in different ways depending on how things are oriented towards the light source. So as we go through this class, it's just important to keep this in mind, that really what we're doing when we're creating photorealistic renderings is we're telling our computer and SketchUp what is the color of every single pixel in the model. And so fortunately, we don't have to color each one manually. We're going to use SketchUp, some extensions, and even some post-processing in Photoshop or similar to affect those various pixels.